Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, where we're rocking an incredible win streak of 1 and desperately searching for Unicorn Stump ZE37DZ29. The stats are out of control, and the extra health never hurt anybody. Let's take this. You know I'm gonna reroll. So this was a bad reroll, and yet still our run looks pretty great to begin with here. Yeah, there's nothing to complain about. I also want to point out, I think it's the first time I've ever had this hairstyle in game, and I am extremely for it. I'm not sure about the Deckard Cain look for me personally, but the, you know, the horseshoe plus a beard, yeah, why not, you know? Get up there in age, you gotta rock something, right? There's something prestigious about a gray beard. You look like the, you know, the Thane of a town in Skyrim or something like that. Don't hit me, okay? We're supposed to be friends. So fruitcake we've always got to be a little wary of at the very least, but gotta admit, even with that, the occasional, you know, negative roll due to the D8, we're looking pretty good on our stats here. That's extremely good, although I will say our speed leaves a little bit to be desired. Despite it being in the game for a pretty lengthy amount of time here, I'm still not 100% convinced, or 100% decided, I guess, on how I feel about D8. I know I like it, but I don't know how to approach it all the time. Is it an item? I'm gonna spare you, but my brain was like, hey, that'd be a really good time for an Isn't She Lovely parody with the lyrics, isn't it an item? Anyway, isn't it reusable? Should we just keep it? Once you come up with the idea, you can't just let it go. So the rest of our floor actually has a little bit of work left to be done, because we have that golden key back there. So we can afford, Pageant Boy, normally pretty not great. I think the over-under on like the amount of money you get on average is probably slightly more than 7 cents. Like it might be a 10-cent average. That's a really low, and I'm not gonna get all like, you know, DAE Magic the Gathering on you, but that's a really low expected value for an item in an item room, like 10 cents. You can get that on, you know, just a random room a lot of the time, but in this situation, we did get very lucky. We also maybe got very wonderful. Thank you, sir. I mean, you can't do a parody of the song without at least doing the bass line, you know, do 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 do. Okay, now we've closed the loop and we're free to go. The Fool for 3 cents is not great, but it is probably gonna save us half a Spirit Heart if we find a Curse Room. We got no keys. We don't really want Tear Detonator. I also don't want to buy the battery charge because we're so close to making a charge normally. My whole tangent there was predicated upon the idea that I don't know how to use the D8. You know, are we happy with where we're at right now? No, because our speed is lower than we'd like it to be, but that doesn't mean that even if we reroll the D8, you know, 100 times, we're ever going to get to something that raises all of our stats, but I suppose there's always the chance. Okay, this is good. Ever since they refactored arcades and made it more likely that, dang. I think we'll still go hard on this. Made it more likely, or less likely, I should say, you get a blood bag. More likely you get one of the weird arcades. Been a little bit less enthusiastic about arcade meta. We got really lucky with the slow there as well. You gotta be careful. This is like, we got so much HP, but it's simultaneously like the most delicate floor for us because, you know, we went really hard on IV bag. That's gonna make shops probably really nice for us for maybe even the rest of the run. But you never know when something could go down. Like, this is fine. Our range was not amazing, I'll give you that, but I certainly do not mind picking up a little extra damage at the expense of our rate of fire, but it's not a great roll, but it's certainly not a bad roll. So we do have a, you know, forgive the pun, given recent game releases, we do have a way out here. In terms of our key situation, we should be able to use IV bag to pick up some more keys, and that's actually a very good use of our time right now, I think. The start here, Mom's Contacts, very good to start with. Normally, I would not do this room except for the chance that that exact situation comes to pass. Okay, so that's great. Now, if we were A stronger man than I actually am, I could sit here and I could shoot at these until they blow up, but I just, to be honest with you, I don't have the stomach for that kind of work, you know? It takes too long for me to feel like it's the right idea. 43 cents. This gives us a great opportunity. I'm seeing like the chain in my head, the flowchart's coming together. We go to the shop, we pay 5 cents for a bomb. Use the bomb to find a secret room and get the other bomb in return right there. Possibly. Yeah, it could still work. Use that bomb to open the golden chest holder back there. Now we don't even need to pay for a bomb. Well, that's pretty bad. Speed being higher is not terrible, though. And you know what? Our rate of fire tends to be important, so... because of fruitcake, at least. Alright, so that didn't turn out, obviously, but we'll try this again. And that didn't turn out, but life goes on. Now that we have this, we come back. This is where the chain starts. And you remember the song by Fleetwood Mac. If you didn't love me then you don't love me now. Still, they can say they never break the chain. In hindsight, I don't really see how that's relevant to our task at hand right now. Yo, you can't just give me trash like that, okay? We gave up a crack at a tinted rock. 2 tinted rocks, really, to be there. Just gonna quickly figure this situation out. I'm gonna take a risk. Pandora's box. It's just spirit hearts, I think. Oh, it's consumables. It's a decent price for the consumables, and stopwatch. It is always nice to have like a guilt-free opportunity to take advantage of that. What do you got here? 2 of diamonds. Definitely should have taken that first, but again, life goes on. And I really feel... Excuse me? We must have hit ourselves with one of those like fruitcake options. I really feel like this is a floor in which we could position ourselves to like never... be scared of like where our consumables are, and maybe our HP as well, but no promises. Maybe our damage as well, but no promises. It really depends on what we get here. Fate's reward. Wow, that is like substantially not worth the cost of doing business. I'm gonna hold on to this fool card. I think we can find better uses for it later. It was going through my head. I was like, that's all the guppy items at once somehow. Don't even question it. Little Matador actor, get him to run through the fire that we created shooting at his buddy. Always forget that fruitcake is almost like getting a worse version of Serpent's Kiss. Like, we've already gotten 2 black hearts out of it. It's more than our average Gimpy payout across like 20 floors. Not that I'm insulting Gimpy, but... Okay, then the last thing. We fulfilled all the other conditions on the flowchart. The Gantt chart has hit all the mission critical steps. Second secret room, perchance? No, the 2 spirit hearts. Okay. So we took a minute extra, and you know what that minute gave us? Not as much as I would have liked. But that's, you know, you play the averages in a game like this. Or, you know, sometimes with me, I play the things that are the low percentages, because they can be a little bit more fun. Sometimes. Like, sometimes I run, sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you. But all I really want is to hold you tight. Did I talk about how... When I grew up, that song, I'm not going to say it takes on troubling implications necessarily, but I don't understand why Britney Spears is so scared of the person that she wants to be with. Like, I get the idea that, you know, you can be scared of how much you love somebody or care for somebody, but to say that you want to run and hide, that's like a step beyond just being afraid of your... I guess it's a metaphor, and I should stop taking it so seriously, but where's the fun in that? Well, anyway. Do I wanna? Like, Judas's Shadow is good, but we have so much HP that it's not the right time. Death's List is also, I mean, it's not good, it's great if I can make it work. I swear, like, I'm not gonna act like we've been getting the world's most terrible runs, but we've been getting hammered by curses lately. It's like non-stop, 2 of the same curse 2 floors in a row, so you never, like, get a foothold on how much HP you are, like what items you're picking up, which can really be relevant, because there's a surprising amount of items in this game that pretty much just screw you as soon as you get them. Not that I'm, again, I want to point out, I'm not complaining. This run's in a great position right now. Greatest run on Earth. That's right. E-D-N. E-D... Sorry. I digress. So we're trying... The thing is... If you make Death's List work, it's real good. Is it tedious to make it? Yeah, it's worth it. No, you betrayed me. I'm fed up with this world and all that. Is it tedious to make it work? Yes. And the less damage you have, or the less DPS you have, the more tedious it is to make work. So we're certainly okay with it right now, but a couple of bad rolls could put us in a weird spot. Hey, who's the enemy that deserves to be destroyed here? Okay, you go first. Today, you. Tomorrow, you as well. Hey, nice. Okay, so we gained a permanent speed upgrade there. I don't know if I've ever had like a 12 out of 10 deaths list run. Usually when I get it, and this is a problem in Isaac in general. Not a problem, but like this is the way the runs tend to go. Deals with the devil, if they show up when you're already powerful, you don't really get to experience their true power a lot of the time. We've only taken one pill? That's actually amazing. Hey, don't get any big ideas here. Fate's reward. Please. Please! Okay. Like, Fate's reward could really help us out, but it can also put us in a real scary situation. And then not scary, unless it shoots too many, like, explosive shots in a row. But, it gets all the tier effects we get, which is amazing for things that don't have anything to do with our damage, which right now is pretty bad. Yeah, really smart play there. But it also has the potential, that's not the right area. It also has the potential to be a little dangerous. In case we're trying to actually make Death's List work. Like, we could get probably in the vicinity of a dozen. And you're gonna ask, why'd you say a dozen instead of approximating a number? Well, I said, in my head, saying 10 doesn't sound natural, so let's round it up, but saying 12 sounds even worse, so I'll just approximate it at a dozen. And somehow a dozen gives you a little bit more street cred. That's a slang word. Oh, dude, Magic Mush, thank you so much. And we'll just continue to take every single one of these. Empty Vessel is going to be awesome for us. Eye of Belial is also amazing. This is a classic 10... Stop firing. A classic 10 out of 10 run right here. Enemies that create other enemies, we just got to accept. Like, the odds of getting Eye of Belial to work on them are just not very good. Bad roll. Oh, the stronger you get, the easier it is to enable Death's List, but also the easier it is to accidentally kill an enemy before you get a chance. No, not the fly! Why do I do this to myself? Starter deck is great. Two of Spades, pop it. Give me that good reroll. Oh, that's the ticket. We might want to stop right there, to be honest with you. That is a keepable run. 1.2 speed feels like I'm walking in peanut butter right now. Smooth or crunchy, it doesn't matter. They're both, what I always forget, which one, is it high viscosity that's thick and low viscosity that's thin, or is it vice versa? I knew it at one point in 12th grade for a physics exam, but then, you know, at that point I've since lost it. Yeah, I don't want to reroll again. I know you're like, take the Zane. How's this for Zany? I took 6 deals with the devil without even knowing what they freaking were. So you want to lecture me about Zane, you walk a mile in my clown shoes, okay? I ain't gonna be lectured while I'm in the middle of doing this. So I was just checking the horn to see if I'd gotten a message from Dracula Fetus on the Fortnite thumbnail I requested. Dude, like, we always have these appreciation threads on the Northernlion and NLSS Circle Jerk subreddit, and I really appreciate them. It's always nice to pop in and be like, appreciated. Because, like, I really do buy into the concept that a streamer's community, or a, you know, a YouTuber's community is often a reflection, maybe even always a reflection of the streamer. Like, I find that positive streamers tend to have positive communities, and I don't think I have a negative community. I think I have a community that is, it roasts. You know, you watch the NLSS, it's banter. We roast each other. And I think people in the community roast the people that are making the roasts as well. Because I am stupid. So because we have kind of, it's not like an offensive sense of humor. Like, it's not like I'm trying to court Ricky Gervais. Richie Gervais, that's just a Terrible mispronunciation. Pronunciation? My brain might be melting due to too many years of talking to itself, but... You know, we kind of make fun of each other. He said the word wrong, etc., etc. And I think that's bled into our community a little bit. It's nice that, you know, sometimes people are like, hey, let's pull back the veil of sarcasm a little bit and be like, this is cool. But where's the Dracula fetus appreciation thread? I'm being real with you. I communicate, and I say, hey, can I get a thumbnail for this? I'm a reasonable person. I'm an adult. I expect, you know, 48 to 72 hour rollover time, turnaround time, that's the expression. That would be fine by me. Usually, I got something in my inbox in like 45 minutes, which is absurd. I always feel like I'll send these emails, and I'll be like, no rush. Make it clear, it's like, I don't need it tonight. If you got literally anything else that you were planning on doing, please, by all means. Dude, let's take the shovel and get truly zany. Please don't let me be a drain on your personal time, and don't feel like this needs to be done immediately. It's still, like, almost always done immediately. So thank you for that, Drac. And don't burn yourself out, you know, take the time when you need it. Alright, I don't even know what I'm getting hit by at this point. I'm gonna take Jar of Flies. This run is out of control. We should really try to do boss rush as well. I know we just took the shovel, but, like, we can also get a free item if we get HP from this guy, which is why I'm doing this right here. Oh, we got a range upgrade and a luck upgrade, which is actually great, but no HP. I don't really want to pay 3 spirit arts for a random item. I think we're just out. Like, I'm very content to leave this room. And that better have been Jar of Flies and not just the jar, or I'm going to be a salty individual. We're behind schedule, which is why I'm trying to go fast. There's no reason for us to be behind schedule. It's the actual jar, isn't it? No, it's Jar of Flies. There was probably a fly in it when you bought it, you silly. And rest assured, your boy, that's me, trying to get Death's List to pop here. There we go, we got it to work there. I don't know if you need to do like 2 rooms in a row and you get a stat bonus or something like that, or if there's another approach to it or something, but... Anyway, we have so much good stuff, we can't even keep track of it right now. We can fly, so we didn't even need to do that, but... Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so we want to be out of here by like 16 minutes. We're not going to get there, but we're going to be close enough that I am very much unperturbed. Flies are going to make it even harder to get Death's List to work, but we have a 2 rate of fire and 12 damage on what is essentially the Depths 1, so I don't care if you hit me at this point. It's very hard for me to be annoyed with the position we're at right now. Dull Razor, irrelevant. Good actual pill, which is actually a card. So yeah, you know, I'm not gonna force it on you, but where's the Dracula fetus appreciation thread? We've been working together since like 2012. Caden and I lived in what was probably like a 150 square foot garage that our landlord had converted into a 1-person bedroom that we then had 2 people in. It's been a long time. Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when my thumb's requested. You see, you thought I was gonna get a little sentimental there for a second. That's a classic mistake. I don't just want to rush the boss fight. And at this point, I'm gonna be honest, I know about 10 seconds ago I said I'm endeavoring to use Death's List. If we can make it happen, we can make it happen. I think the odds are... Oh, dude, that was just a perfect setup. But the odds are better that should probably just hit enemies very hard with our incredibly good, you know, tier effects, plus the absurd amount of damage we have on top of that, plus our rate of fire is like 100 times better than it ever should be with these kind of stats working for us. He has not done it. Like, the big thing is really the fact that we have piercing shots, to be honest with you. Short of every other upgrade that we have, that's the best part. I guess Samson's Lock? If we get in a, you know, risky situation, we can drop this Emperor card to get to the boss fight as quickly as possible. We could drop that to get out of boss rush, but this seems like the kind of run where we want to do boss rush. If there's a good item. If there's no good item, to be real with you, we'll probably still do it because I'm wary of this run ending too quickly. This was a perfect Death's List room. But oh well. I kind of needed this run. I think this run's going to be like a good piece of pickled ginger for me. You know, it's going to be a palate cleanser. Because we've had a lot of runs that have been a little tricky, a lot of runs on the puzzly side of things, and all that's great, don't get me wrong. Nah, But to have a run that's just like, hey, you're very strong, is also very nice. So I think, I mean, we have 75 keys. So I was thinking, if y'all don't mind, we'll probably check this out. And I think Booger Tears is an okay, it's an okay option for us here. Let's use, you shouldn't use, that's a lazy play. To just use the Emperor there. I really want to deal with the Devil, and I'm surprised our odds are so high. Guess we didn't get one last floor? Not a smart play. Dude, for all the negativity that we had thanks to Curse of the Blind, we didn't actually have very much in hindsight, but for all the danger that it presented us with, let's not forget about the fact it gave us 6 fairly decent deal with the devil items that have really helped us get to where we are today. So this one goes out to you. It's the Junos tonight. Oh, not even like negotiable. Easiest choice I've ever made in my life. Money equals power is like an instant damage boost, and that damage boost is only going to get better and better, considering we have the ability to accidentally create a bunch of money. I don't know where you are, but I have 24 range, which off the top of my head I couldn't tell you how much that is, but I appear to be melting enemies off the screen, so consider myself lucky. There we go. Get some flies out there. I would love to get Guppy just to cap this one off, because it's already got all the classic, like, this run's way too good. If you did a starter pack and was like, it isn't a one run yet starter pack. See, that one's for free. That's a good Reddit post for like 2014. It's not going to work as well for you now, because I don't say it's not a one run that much anymore. And also, I think like starter packs, I wouldn't say it's an old meme, but it's a classic meme at least. So I don't think you're gonna get the same kind of karma traction you could have in another life, but it's worth a shot maybe. Wow, this is incredible. If you don't mind, I'll just keep holding left. So far, that appears to be working out relatively well. In theory, I could have taken damage there. Really? Anarchist Cookbook. But I invested a minute and a half into that room. And you have the gall to give me Anarchist Cookbook. After all that work. Wow, this is more or less your kind of dream run come true. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this time to be proactive. I'm going to look up Death's List. Isaac. If we're, killing the marked enemy causes the skull to move. If all enemies are cleared in the order, Isaac gains a random reward as follows. A soul heart, pill, key bomb, or nickel, or plus 0.2 speed, 0.5 range, 0.5 tier, 0.2 shot speed, plus 1 damage, or plus 1 luck. Wow. So it's a 50% chance, it seems, for a stat upgrade, and a 50% chance for a consumable. But all of the consumables are pretty good. Have the potential to be, at least. And the stats are amazing, but how frequently are we actually making this work? We made it work a few times. We can get Guppy's head there. It's worth it. It's worth a try. Yeah, really, like, I'm struggling from a commentary perspective because, like, there's literally nothing whatsoever to complain about. I don't know how I got hit there, but I'm going to choose not to ask questions, you know? You start to ask questions, you go, wait a minute, well, if you're going to bug me about that, NL, how about I bug you about the fact that you've got, like, the strongest run I've ever seen? You know, it's a valid point. You're turning the gaze onto me, and in this case, I think it's justifiable, and you should be turning the gaze onto me. Is this an XL floor? Utero 1? Was this like, you know, when you buy a new album? Because this is the year 1900 in my eyes. You buy a new Edison cylinder with the delightful musings of Camptown Races on it. And you go, what the heck? Is it an 80-minute long album? And it's only $20? I'm kind of like, I'm wrapping my head around the fact that some of the people watching this video, being real with you, are younger than iTunes. That's crazy to me. Void is Zane, but is it the kind of Zane we're looking for? I don't think so. Get out of here. So I'm going to use Emperor to fight Mom's Heart immediately. That way, like, anytime that we lose fighting Hush, which we're definitely going to do, we'll recover on the back end there. That's so good, because I just realized, like, we probably did want to create a situation in which we were able to get to 0 HP so we could use Empty Vessel, which is also why I chose not to take the Eternal Heart there. Yeah, okay, fine. I don't love... Cambion Conception's good if you get it earlier. And Little Harbingers, I think, has a tendency to be kind of bad, but... When I used to buy music by the CD... And this is not an uncommon thing. It's not like I'm, you know, 500 years old. Might as well step on all these. Out of these, honestly, give me Infestation. I don't think we're going to make it work, but... CDs, if you grew up during a time when they were never, like, the prevailing source of media, music media, I guess at least I should say, they'll blow your mind. It was like $20 for a CD in 1995. I'm trying to run the numbers, and I'm like, well, it's... You know, 22 years ago. It's probably like the equivalent of like a $60 CD now. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm not an economist, but we're not going to get another deal with the devil, so I think we just ignore... We probably take Abel, but we ignore Bloodbag. So, for real, music has never been cheaper. It blows my mind all the time. Like, I subscribe to Google Pro Music, Google Play Pro, whatever. It's unlimited music for Google Play. I probably do not get $10 of value a month out of it. That's because I only listen to the same albums like over and over and over and over again, right? But whenever I'm like, hey, remember this album? I really liked it. I search, it's there, I download it, and I feel like I'm getting away with a crime. I'm like, I pay you $10 a month, and I can have as much music on my phone legally. The artists get supported, and I'm not in any trouble or not even scratching the surface of breaking any laws. It's crazy. You used to pay, like, you know, there used to be the Columbia Record Club. It was like a mail order catalog. You give them your social security number, and they're like, hey, here's 6 free CDs. The 7th one, it was like some kind of, like, math puzzle from the newspaper. It's like every CD costs twice as much as the one before it, or every CD costs, like, the past 3 CDs multiplied by themselves. So you're like, wow, 6 free CDs, and then all of a sudden the Fibonacci sequence kicks in, and you're like, I'm not sure if this Bryan Adams CD is worth $500. It's a buyer's market for music, which probably, you know, sucks more for the artists, I imagine, but, you know, I'm kind of operating like the exact same sphere of the industry. Like, you know, you can pretty much receive all of the content I've ever made for free, and then optionally at your own discretion, if you decide you're entertained, you can throw in a few bucks. Now, my overhead is a little lower than yours. I'll level with you. I'm not trying to make enemies of musicians, you know? I'm just saying. I'm in the same business. I can relate to it more than you expect. Perhaps. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's kind of the rise of this model that allowed YouTube to exist in the first place. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Didn't finish my stream.
Yo, did you finish Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, currently I have like 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, that's not that long.
So I'm gonna finish it on Tuesday.
This is the last video I'm gonna record today.
Oh, okay.
And as you can tell, my run is pretty good. I have a 2 rate of fire and 22 damage.
Have you ever been #1 on Daily?
No. Because Pels exists.
Pels?
Pels.
Pels?
Pels! Pels! You like AC/DC? Hell's Bells?
What's Pels?
Pels is, well, I mean, there's many people who are great at Isaac dailies. Pels is typically up there, like #1, #2, #3. It's a person's name. Precisely correct.
I see. That's it? Because then are you #2?
No, because of, Surix. You know what? Let's throw a little, let's make this run interesting. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, it brought me back, but I was like, what did it bring me back with? Ugh. I don't know how I feel about the Guppy? No. Should be Bookworm. Yeah, oh no, where did that attack fly? I don't even know where half this stuff. Big Chubby? We got another transformation for Big Chubby? Or am I losing my mind? I'm not sure. We appear to be doing very well. I just noticed, like I always knew our luck was pretty good on this run. We have 9 luck though. That's closing in on one of the highest luck stats I've ever seen, to be real with you. Now, we only have 1 HP, but like, I didn't even hesitate for a moment to use Suicide King there. We're so like well equipped on this run. Nothing can actually stop us. I would be extremely annoyed if we ever got a hit on the rest of this run. I'm a little annoyed, and this is how you know your run's going okay. Our luck stat is nearly double digits, and yet we've picked up only 1 chest so far. Thank you. I was gonna, like, I don't want to act like I'm owed something, but come on, work with me here. So this is looking pretty likely to be a second victory, unless things go colossally wrong, which technically is possible, of course. Little Brim, sadly kind of meaningless. We had 1 extra HP because we recently got a Demon Heart. And now I can't tell what's happening. This is one of those Isaac episodes. Here's a joke for you other content creators out there. Look at a typical Isaac episode. You know, 500 megabytes to a gigabyte compressed. Look at an episode like this, you're like, oh my god, was I playing a 3D game for the first time in my life? Not just, bitrate goes up because it's trying to track all these... Oh, I got Death's List to work there. It's trying to track all the projectiles on screen. Hilarious. Not that it matters. You made me use 3% of my power. And no delirium, so that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It's a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.